The Cleveland Cavaliers take on the Washington Wizards. And that's going to be a 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Washington is minus 3.5 with the total at 211. And I'll tell you what, I'm feeling pretty, besides my voice here, I'm feeling pretty great on a Thursday morning because we are coming fresh off a 4-1 day in my 5 premium sports picks on brockpage.com yesterday. And if you want to see which one of these free YouTube picks on my channel that I'm actually betting on personally, there's only one way to do that, and that's to sign up for a membership on my website at brockpage.com. We're also 5-2 in our last $7.99 daily best plays on that very same website. And if you want to access today's $1.99 daily best play, it's only going to cost you just $1.99. And if you're still on the fence a little bit about signing up for a membership on my safe and secure website, just keep in mind we currently have over 995 members who are signed up and active on that site right now. But despite being favored by 3.5, the Wizards may have to go to work here this evening without the efforts of Bradley Beal and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Both players are questionable for tonight's contest. Meanwhile, when it comes to COVID, Neto, Harrell, Holiday, and Hachimura, they're sitting this one out here tonight as well. Now, the Wizards lost 7 out of their last 10 ball games, and they successfully covered the point spread in only 20% of those ball games I just mentioned. And even when they're mostly healthy, the Wizards are currently in the bottom 10 in the NBA in points allowed per contest at home. Now they're taking on a Cleveland squad who won 7 out of their last 9 themselves. They currently lead the entire NBA in covering the point spread. The Cavaliers are currently 27-7 against the spread overall for the season, and that's good for nearly 80% in that particular category. And although the Cavaliers are going to work here tonight without their leading scorer, Darius Garland, oh man, sorry guys, I'm a mess. Once again, even though Cleveland's going to work here tonight without their leading scorer, Darius Garland, looks like Evan Mobley should be in action here tonight as he's scoring over 14 points a game, along with 8 rebounds and a couple assists. Meanwhile, Kevin Love is drilling 43% of his three-pointers himself. He's also scoring 13 points a night off the bench. The Cavaliers currently have a winning record on the road, and they currently hold their opponents to just 101 points per contest. Now, injury-wise, Davis, Osman, and Garland are out for Cleveland. Allen, Windler, and Stevens are doubtful. And when it comes to the total in this one, Cleveland's last 2 straight got over the posted number. Washington went 80% to the over in their last 10. I'm going to lean toward Cleveland plus 3.5, over 211. Next ball game, it is going to be Sixers versus the Nets, 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Brooklyn's minus 5, totals 221.5. Now, the Nets got the W in 7 out of their last 9 ball games, and they're leading the NBA defensively in guarding the 3-ball. The Nets are limiting their opponents to just 31% shooting from 3-land, and they also rank at the top 3 in defensive field goal percentage as well. Now, scoring-wise, Kevin Durant is averaging nearly 30 points per contest, along with 7 rebounds and 5 assists. Meanwhile, James Harden is dropping 22 points a game himself, along with 8 boards and 9 assists. Now, they're taking on a Philly squad who, unfortunately, is going to work here tonight without the efforts of Danny Green and possibly Drummond and Milton here tonight. Andre Drummond and Shake Milton, they have been listed as questionable as well. Now, the Sixers have struggled offensively this season as they're currently in the bottom 10 in scoring on average per contest. Now, the Sixers also find themselves dead last in the NBA in offensive rebounding as well, certainly doing a terrible job rebounding the basketball offensively. Now, when it comes to the total in this one, Philly went 60% to the under in their last 10 ball games, 21-13 to the under for the entire season. Meanwhile, the Nets are currently 63% to the under at the Barclays Center themselves. I'm going to lean toward Brooklyn -5, under 221.5. Next matchup, it is going to be Bucks versus the Magic, 7 o'clock Eastern start time. Milwaukee is -14 with the total at 218.5. Now, Milwaukee's on a 4-game winning streak, and they also rank in the top 3 in the NBA in offensive rebounding. Once again, Milwaukee's on a 4-game winning streak, and they're currently in the top 3 in the league in offensive rebounding. Giannis Antetokounmpo is averaging 11 rebounds a game, 27 points a night as well for the Greek Freak. Meanwhile, Chris Middleton scoring 18 points a game himself, along with 5 boards and 5 assists. Now, defensively, the Bucks are currently in the top 5 in defensive field goal percentage. They're taking on an Orlando squad who's gotten the W in only 2 out of 14 home games, and they're making only 29% of their three-pointers at the Amway Center. Meanwhile, defensively, on the other side of the court, Orlando's dead last in defensive field goal percentage at home as well. And when it comes to the injury report, Lopez, Moore, Ross, Carter-Williams, Bamba, Okike, Gravett, Mulder, Anthony, and Suggs, they are all out for tonight's ball game. Now, 6 out of Orlando's last 9 contests did fall under the posted number. Meanwhile, Milwaukee saw 5 out of their last 9 fall under the line themselves. I'm going to lean toward Milwaukee -14, under 218.5. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our next and final matchup for the show. It is going to be Warriors versus the Nuggets, 9:30 Eastern tip-off. Golden State is -5, totals 214. But despite being favored in this one, Golden State failed to cover in 6 out of their last 10 ball games, with failures to cover against the likes of Toronto, Portland, and this very Denver team. And as good of a shooting team as they are, the Warriors actually rank in the bottom 5 in the NBA in offensive free throw percentage. They're struggling at the stripe. Now, defensively, the Warriors also find themselves in the bottom 10 in first quarter points allowed. They're taking on a Denver club who won their last 2 straight, and they allow only 102 points a game at the Ball Arena. The Nuggets have also done a really nice job of rebounding at home, as they currently rank in the top 10 in home defensive boards. Now, scoring-wise, Nikola Jokic is averaging over 25.5 points per contest, 14 boards, 7 assists for the Joker. Meanwhile, Will Barton scoring over 15 points a game himself, along with 5 boards and 4 assists. Now, when it comes to the injury report, Rivers, Gordon, Cancer, Morris, Bowl, and Najee, they are all questionable to play tonight. Meanwhile, for Golden State, on the other side of things, Draymond Green is sitting this one out here tonight himself. And when it comes to the total in this one, Golden State went 70% to the under in their last 10 outings, 67% to the under on the road this year. Meanwhile, Denver saw their last 4 straight stay under the posted total themselves. I'm going to lean toward Denver +5 and the under 214. And with that, guys, now it's time for our quick pick recap. Powered to you by my website at brockpage.com, where we are currently 5-2 in our last 7 $1.99 daily best plays. I like Cleveland +3.5 over 211. Brooklyn -5 under 221.5. Give me Milwaukee -14 under 218 and a hook. And for my next and final free pick for the video, give me Denver +5 under 214. And with that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on brockpage.com. Now, if you guys do end up getting a membership here today on my website, just keep in mind, you're going to get billed the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. So if you do end up getting a membership here today on my website, you're actually only going to get access to those picks for 2 days. You're only going to get access to that content through the end of December. I always tell folks in every single video, the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. So if you're thinking about getting a package, you may want to hold off and wait until January 1st. You're certainly going to get much better value for your money. Although my picks are so damn cheap, it really doesn't matter what time in the month you sign up for them. They're so cheap. I don't know anybody else selling picks that are cheaper than mine. I mean, mine are dirt cheap. Very, very cheap. But anyway, guys, most importantly, what's even cheaper than my picks are the free content right here on YouTube. And I gotta thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Thursday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at brockpage.com.